Mega, aka the Art Messiah, here with another art video. Today is day 3 of the 30 days of making comics challenge that I'm doing for myself, and it is exhausting. Even though it's only day 3, I already feel a little bit out of energy. And for those of you that don't know, I do engineering during the day, so typically I work 9 to 5. Today I didn't get home till around 7, and already kind of felt drained from yesterday, and it's really been just difficult to kind of find that motivation and get into drawing. So and instead of just giving up, though, I decided I'm going to make a video regardless if I get to any drawing or not. And today I wanted to talk about creating a plot for your story idea that hopefully you came up with yesterday. So we're going to be talking about kind of starting just the start of planning out your story and what that kind of means, and I'm going to give you guys some tips. And so we're going to go ahead and jump right into that. So what I suggest for starting out and trying to come up with some ideas for a plot, you want to ask now your main characters some questions, okay? So you have to figure out, okay, what is going to be the central piece of the story, who's going to be your central character, and then you need to know what that character wants, what that character desires, because for the most part that's what's going to set your story in motion, right? So you can look at a bunch of stories, both small and big. Take your favorite stories, for example. So growing up I watched Naruto, and in Naruto the main objective was for Naruto to become the next Hokage. So that was his want and desire, and he wanted to be noticed as a great ninja. So that was kind of his want and desire. So figure out the heart of your main character and figure out what they desire, and go ahead and write that down. So for my story, Ignition, my main character is an orphan, and so he doesn't know his parents, and isn't necessarily treated the best by the other students at school. So he feels a bit lonely and unnoticed. So his kind of greatest want is to feel noticed and feel loved, even though he doesn't necessarily know that. That is part of his motivation, why he wants to, do these big grand gestures, because he wants to get known. So his other desire is to get out of this small, boring town that he lives in. And so those two things kind of go hand in hand, because he wants to get out of his town to find people that will notice him. So from there, I can start to bring this story together. I can think, okay, well, what is going to stand in his way? And so that's why you kind of need to, that will kind of help you flesh out your conflict. And as Chris Oatley puts it, the ocean that the character must swim in order to reach his wants and desires. So start to think about that stuff today, guys. And I have one last thing you guys can do. For those of you that don't know, I have started a comic making group on DeviantART. You can join me there and get feedback on your comics, or you can follow me on Instagram and just reach out to me and say, hey, can you take a look at my work, and I'll take a look at it. But anyways, come over to DeviantArt, my comic making group. And so the theme for this month is 30 days of plot crafting. So the idea is that every day you want to answer these series of questions that I have. So for example, day number 2 is, what is the overarching theme of your story? Or day number 3, what is the nature of your central conflict? So you want to answer these questions to the best of your ability, and these can help you kind of flesh out your story. So I hope that kind of helps, guys. Go ahead and jump on over there and go ahead and post your responses in the comments, and then don't forget to copy it out and put it in a separate journal as well, so you can kind of keep track of your story. But that'll kind of keep you guys going with that. I'm currently trying to catch up with a few of the days that I missed, so I'm going to do that right after I edit this video and upload it. But I just want to encourage you guys, if you're working through a comic, it's going to be tough and it's going to be challenging. If you're like me, you probably work a full-time job. You're out here, doing your secular work life when you should be in here drawing, and that's what it's gonna feel like. You're gonna want to draw, but you're out there working for the dollar. So I know it's gonna get rough. Right now, it's really rough with me, and I am trying to stay focused, but it's a balancing act, and you have to not only work on the comic, but you have to do your work, your day job, and then you have to cook and exercise. And I know it's going to be rough, and it's very hard to do. And me being a person of always wanting to be positive, I've noticed that sometimes I can slip into being negative, and that affects my relationships well, even my relationship with my girlfriend. So I just want to encourage you that it is going to be rough. Just try to surround yourself with positivity and good thoughts, but also realize that you don't have to draw every single day of this challenge. Give yourself some space and time to recuperate and think about things. As long as you're thinking about your comic a little bit every day, you're going to make progress. So just have that in the back of your mind, but give yourself some space to make some mistakes, because that's what I'm going through a lot right now, and just trying to stay positive. So get out there, guys. So work on your comics. Let me know how it's going for you, and leave some comments down below. Share what progress you guys are making, and we can kind of make a community out of this. Oh, and I also wanted to correct, last time I said that I was influenced by McKay and Gray, the 100 Days of Making Comics. That was true, but I didn't realize that I was a little bit more of a widespread challenge. I still have to figure out who exactly started it, but anyways, it's a great challenge to do. I just shortened it to 30 days because 100 days just sounded a little bit too long for me, and I didn't want to get overwhelmed on my first challenge, and I didn't want to stop halfway through, so I just decided to do 30 days, and to just make sure, no matter what, do a little bit every day. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm going to upload videos every day, and I hope you guys enjoy them, and I'll be back with another video real soon. All right, y'all, take it easy and get back to that drawing table. I'll see you in the next video. All right, peace.